Good day everyone. Our topic for today is all about planning the study. So those are the things to consider before you start a research. Okay, so let's start. So here's some commonly things you need to consider in planning for your study or in your research. So number one is to estimate the number of items in the population. Number two, assess your resources such as time and money which are available to pursue the research. Ang research ay kumakain ng maraming oras, especially kung ikaw ay student, kailangan maglaan ka talaga ng oras para dito. And kung ikaw naman ay nasa college level na, kailangan mo ring mag-provide ng money. Kasi marami kang kailangang i-print, and marami kang kailangang puntahan, marami kang kailangang interviewin, and so on and so forth. So, importante na meron kang oras at pera kung ikaw ay mag-research. Okay? Number 3, determine the sample size in the study using Slovins Formula. So, ito yung focus natin, yung step number 3, yung sample size needed in your study. Okay, so number 4, pick the sample using appropriate sampling techniques. So, meron tayong 4. Kung natatandaan pa, yung una, we have the simple random sampling. Yung second is systematic sampling. Yung third, stratified sampling. At yung pang-4 is yung cluster sampling. Now, kapag pinaghalo-halo natin yung mga sampling techniques natin, ang tawag natin doon is multi-stage sampling. Okay? And number 5, prepare the questions to be asked in the interview or in the questionnaire. So again, yung focus natin today ay yung pangatlong step, determine the sample size needed in the study using the Slovins Formula. Ang tanong, ano ba yung Slovins Formula? So ito yung Slovins Formula. We have n is equals to capital N all over 1 plus capital N e squared. Wherein the small n is the sample size. Yung capital N must be the population size o yung estimated population size. And yung e is the margin of error. Ito yung chance na magkakamali yung study mo. Okay? So let's have some example. Sample number 1. A researcher in Bulacan State University would want to make a survey in the school with a population of 10,000 students with a margin of error of 10%. How many students must he take into his sample? So here's the solution. So using, of course, the Slovins Formula. Small n is equals to capital N all over 1 plus capital N e squared. So yung n natin is the sample size, yun yung hinahanap natin, so wala pang value. Yung n natin is 10,000 kasi yan yung population size. And yung margin of error natin must be 10%. Nakalagay dito, margin of error 10%. Now, hindi natin pwedeng i-substitute yung 10% sa ating formula. Kailangan ito ay naka-decimal form. So, ibig sabihin, i-convert natin yung percent into decimal. So, paano ba mag-convert ng percent to decimal? Move lang tayo ng 2 decimal places papunta sa kaliwa. So, in decimal place nung 10% ay nandito sa may 0. So, 1, 2, or simply 0.1. So, yung 10% is the same thing as 0.1. Ito yung gagamitin natin sa formula. Substitute natin. We have 10,000 all over 1 plus 10,000 times 0.1 squared. Now, using your calculator, compute natin to. Since wala akong calculator, gamit na lang ako ng internet para maghanap ng calculator. So, we have online scientific calculator. So, yung given natin is 10,000. Check nga muna natin ulit. 10,000 over 1 plus 10,000 times 0.1 squared. Okay. 10,000 divided by... So, since dalawa yung term sa denominator, maglagay tayo ng parenthesis. Ito yung palagi nyo kinakalimutan. Kapag hindi nyo nilagyan ng parenthesis yan, mali na yung makukuha yung sagot. Okay, so 1 plus 10,000 times 0.1 and then raised to 2. And then close parenthesis and then equal sign. So the answer is 99.0099009901. And check nga natin. And the answer is this one, 99.0099, so on and so forth. Next is i-round off natin. So, round up to the nearest whole number. Therefore, yung kailangan niya lang na sample is only 99 students. And we're done. So, ganun ginagamit si Slovins Formula. So, let's have another example. Example number 2. A researcher would like to survey 14,300 senior high students for his study. If he wants to be 95% precise with the study, how many students are to be considered? Here's the solution. Of course, using the Slovins formula. Now, yung sample size is nawawala. Yan nga yung hahanapin natin. Yung population size, capital N, is 14,300. Ayun siya sa given. Now, ano yung ating margin of error? Ang ibinigay dito, 95% precise. 95% na sigurado. So, ilang percent na lang yung chance na magkakamali? Iyon ay, very good, 5%. Okay, so 95% yung precise. So, automatic, 5% na lang yung margin of error. So, yung ating margin of error ay 5%. Now, i-convert natin sa decimal. Move tayo ng 2 decimal places papunta sa kaliwa. So, makakaroon tayo ng 0.05. Now, i-substitute na natin doon sa ating formula. So, we have 14,300 all over 1 plus 14,300 times 0.05 squared. Now, kunin natin ulit sa ating calculator. 14,300 divided by parenthesis 1 plus 14,300 parenthesis 0.05 and then raised to 2 close parenthesis and then equal sign. And we got the answer 389.1156 and so on and so forth. Balik tayo. So 389.1156463 and so on and so forth. Now, round up to the nearest whole number. So, since yung kasunod ng 9 ay 1 lang, so hindi na madagdagan yung 9. Therefore, our final answer is 389 students. So, how many students are to be considered? And the answer is 389. And we're done. So, that's all for today. As always, that's it.